Certified ServiceNow Administrator CSA, Zurich. This video series covers the latest CSA-related questions and answers, complete with detailed explanations. Each video also includes a summary of the Q&A at the end. The topics covered in this series are listed below. Collaboration and database administration. Questions related to structural data elements, CMDB tables, dictionary fields, import sets, transforms, views, and core instance data configurations. General ServiceNow. Global terms, foundational instance components, core database logic, references, and platform overview. Lookup scripting and application tools. Client/server execution scripts, policies, business rules, visual workflows, and technical UI action frameworks. Reporting and performance analytics. Report builders, engines, access sharing settings, dashboards, and metrics. Lookups, self-service and process automation. Service catalog configurations, virtual agent scripts, Now Assist generative AI components, knowledge spaces, and automated workflows. User interface and navigation. List layouts, form fields, filter breadcrumbs, user preference settings, subscription options, and visual taskboard variations. Security Center. Best practices for platform hardening and instance security. Collaboration and database administration. Questions related to structural data elements, CMDB tables, dictionary fields, import sets, transforms, views, and core instance data configurations. Here 68 questions. Feel free to pause the video to evaluate your response assessment. Question 1. Choose one option. What changes are automatically reflected in dynamic application services? A. Any CI reclassification in the CMDB. B. Any change to CI relationships in the CMDB CI relationship table. C. Any change to the operational status of a CI. D. Any unmatched CI that are not found in the CMDB. Correct answer, B. Any change to CI relationships in the CMDB CI relationship table. Explanation. Dynamic application services are automatically updated by the system to reflect any changes made directly to the CMDB CI relationship. CMDB_rel_CI table. Question 2. Choose one option. What type of relationship is recommended between incident and SLA tables to report on incidents resolved by SLA per incident category? A. Many-to-many. B. One-to-many. C. Extensions. D. Database views. Correct answer, D. Database views. Explanation. The incident SLA incident_SLA database view joins the incident table to the task SLA table to enable consolidated reporting. Question 3. Choose one option. What is the main function of the ServiceNow Security Center, SCC? A. To provide security operations and command center. B. To assess the instance's security posture using live metrics. C. To control and improve security for managing data access. D. To orchestrate security patching and updates. Correct answer, B. To assess the instance's security posture using live metrics. Explanation. The ServiceNow Security Center allows administrators to continuously assess and manage their instance's security posture using live, up-to-date metrics. Question 4. Choose three options. Why do organizations fail to complete implementation or realize business value from the CMDB? A. Too many non-IT configuration items. B. Ill-defined relationships among configuration items. C. Unknown configuration items. D. Inconsistent data quality. Correct answer, B. Ill-defined relationships among configuration items. C. Unknown configuration items. D. Inconsistent data quality. Explanation. Consolidating and maintaining a healthy CMDB is frequently hindered by capturing unknown sys, inconsistent data quality, and poorly defined CI relationships. Question 5. Choose four options. In your implementation, the following tables extend each other. The configuration item CMDB_CI table extends the base configuration item CMDB table. The service CMDB_CI_service table extends the configuration item CMDB_CI table. The business service CMDB_CI_service_business table extends the service CMDB_CI_service table. Based on the above mapping, which table, S, are child, parent, and / or base tables? A base configuration item table is a base table. B business service table is a base table. C base configuration item table is a parent table. D configuration item table is a parent table. E business service table is a parent table. F service table is a base table. G base configuration item table is a child table. H service table is a child table. Correct answer: A base configuration item table is a base table. C base configuration item table is a parent table. D configuration item table is a parent table. Explanation: the base configuration item table acts as both a parent and a base table because it does not extend any other table, while the intermediate extended tables function as both child and parent classes. Question 6. Choose one option. An audit log can record most activities, allowing you to troubleshoot and debug transactions and events within an instance. How long are audit histories maintained in an instance? A. 30 days. B. 12 months. C. Indefinitely. D. During contract terms. Correct answer: C. Indefinitely. Explanation: the system stores historical tracking data in the audit SYS_audit table permanently so that administrators can review the history of audited records at any point. Question 7. Choose one option. In what order are access controls evaluated? A. Table level and field level are evaluated together simultaneously. B. First, at the field level, most specific to most general, then at the table level, most specific to most general. C. Table level and field level are evaluated separately and independently. D. First at the table level, most specific to most general, then at the field level, most specific to most general. Correct answer: D. First at the table level, most specific to most general, then at the field level, most specific to most general. Question 8. Choose one option. How can you improve the performance of the CSDM and the CMDB Data Foundation's dashboards? A. By restricting access to certain roles. B. By enabling new metrics. C. By increasing the load time property. D. By adding custom-built metrics. E. By deactivating unnecessary metrics. Correct answer: E. By deactivating unnecessary metrics. Explanation: turning off metrics that are not needed or that require heavy system resources within the CMDB/CSDM Get Well metrics table will optimize dashboard processing speeds. Question 9. Choose three options. What are the three main tables in the CMDB? A. CMDB baseline, CMDB_baseline, B. CI relationship, CMDB_rel_CIC base configuration item CMDB. D. Configuration item CMDB_CIE, CMDB properties, CMDB_properties. Correct answer: B. CI relationship, CMDB_rel_CI. C. Base configuration item CMDB. D. Configuration item CMDB_CI. Question 10. Choose three options. What risks can be avoided by maintaining current security information in Now support? A. Inability to deal with potentially sensitive security matters in time. B. Delays in receiving critical communications, such as a breached notification. C. Decreasing the percentage in the compliance security score. D. Reducing system performance due to outdated configurations. E. Missing time-sensitive security-related information and alerts. Correct answer: A. Inability to deal with potentially sensitive security matters in time. B. Delays in receiving critical communications, such as a breached notification. E. Missing time-sensitive security-related information and alerts. Explanation: keeping accurate security contacts in Now support guarantees your organization receives urgent alerts, breach updates, and time-sensitive threats without communication friction. Question 11. Choose three options. Which of the following are database view limitations? A. Database views cannot be created on tables that participate in table rotation. B. In a clone request, database view tables cannot be added as a data preserver. C. The where clauses defined in the database view cannot be based on indexed fields. D. It is not possible to edit data within a database view. Correct answer: A. Database views cannot be created on tables that participate in table rotation. B. In a clone request, database view tables cannot be added as a data preserver. D. It is not possible to edit data within a database view. Explanation: database views are explicitly restricted from acting as data preservers during system clones, cannot target rotated tables, and remain completely read-only. Question 12. Choose one option. What is Configuration Management Database, CMDB? A set of tools and databases that are used to manage an organization's configuration data. B. A table that contains a specific type or group of sys that share common attributes. C. A database used to store configuration records throughout their life cycle. D. Components of an infrastructure required to deliver a product or service. Correct answer: C. A database used to store configuration records throughout their life cycle. Explanation: the CMDB serves as a dedicated database repository used to store and track specific configuration item records over their entire life cycle. Question 13. Choose one option. What do application services represent from an application portfolio management (APM) perspective? A. Configuration items. B. Servers. C. Production instances. D. Installed instances. Correct answer: D. Installed instances. Explanation: application portfolio management tracks operational architecture deployments by treating application services as specific installed instances/service instance. Question 14. Choose one option. What role do you need in creating or updating access control rules? ASN_SI.admin. BSN_SEC_int.admin. CSN_SEC_CMN.admin. D. Security_admin. Correct answer: D. Security_admin. Question 15. Choose one option. Which option allows you to update existing target table records when importing data from an import set? A. Coalesce. B. Unique. C. Mandatory. D. Transform. Correct answer: A. Coalesce. Explanation: the coalesce configuration in a transform map uses specified fields to match import data with existing target records for updates instead of creating duplicates. Question 16. Choose one option. You can define the relationship between fields in an import set table and an existing ServiceNow table. Where is this relationship determined in the import process? A. Transform map. B. Import set table. C. Target tables. D. External data sources. E. Database view. Correct answer: A. Transform map. Explanation: A transform map acts as the definitive data mapping guide that matches import set columns to fields on a destination target table. Question 17. Choose three options. The CMDB is the authoritative source of what information? A. Contact. B. Owner. C. Contents of all server and application configuration files. D. Support group. E. Server log files. Correct answer: A. Contact. B. Owner. D. Support group. Explanation: the CMDB acts as the authoritative source for CI metadata like support groups and owners, but not for raw server logs or configuration file contents. Question 18. Choose four options. What are the different schema relationship types that are supported for tables? A. Depending. B. Referencing. C. Extending. D. Referenced by. E. Extended by. F. Depended by. Correct answer: B. Referencing. C. Extending. D. Referenced by. E. Extended by. Question 19. Choose one option. Which tool do you use to determine the relationship between fields in an import set and an existing table? A. Target table. B. Import set. C. Transform map. D. Coalesce. Correct answer, C. Transform map. Explanation. A transform map defines the specific field relationships used to migrate data from an import set into existing ServiceNow production tables. Question 20. Choose two options. Which CMDB feature tracks the activities and history of data sources as they insert and update CL attributes? A. Multi-source CMDB. B. CMDB 360. C. CMDB Data Manager. D. CI Class Manager. E. CMDB CI Lifecycle Management. Correct answer, A. Multi-source CMDB. B. CMDB 360. Explanation. CMDB 360 incorporates multi-source CMDB functionality to track data source history and provides an analytics dashboard for monitoring discovery source activities. Question 21. Choose four options. What access control rules are created by default when creating a custom table? A. Read. B. Delete. C. Archive. D. Create. E. Write. F. Access. Correct answer, C. Create. R. Read. W. Write. D. Delete. Explanation. Creating a custom table automatically generates four default access control rules: create, delete, read, and write. Question 22. Choose one option. What related list can you use to extend and track the different types of groups assigned to a configuration item? A. CMDB alert groups. B. Dynamic CI group. C. Resource group. D. Teams. Correct answer, D. Teams. Explanation. The Teams related list allows organizations to extend and track various group assignments, such as support and approval groups, for specific configuration items. Question 23. Choose one option. What CMDB workspace feature lets you visualize the hierarchical map of SIS and the relationships between them while centered on a CI that you choose? A. Service mapping. B. Unified map. C. Visualization Designer. D. Schema map. E. 360 degrees relationship visualization. Correct answer, B. Unified map. Explanation. Unified map provides a hierarchical visualization of CI relationships and service compositions, integrating dependency views and service mapping capabilities into a single interface. Question 24. Choose one option. Which of the following is an example of a base table that is extended but is not extending another table? A. Business service CMDB _CI _service. B. Change request _request. C. Incident. D. Task. Correct answer, D. Task. Explanation. The task table is a primary base table that is extended by child classes like incident and problem but does not extend any other table itself. Question 25. Choose one option. Which of the following describes the relationship between the problem and the task tables? A. The problem table is a remote table for the task table. B. The problem table has a many-to-many relationship with the task table. C. The problem table extends the task table. D. The problem table is a database view of the task table. E. The problem table is referenced in the task table. F. The problem table is a parent of the task table. Correct answer, C. The problem table extends the task table. Question 26. Choose one option. Which of the following is a true statement about importing data into ServiceNow? A. Every staging table can be used once. B. Every import must have at least one transform map. C. Every date field has to be mapped. D. Every application has one staging table. E. Every transform map must have at least one coalesce field. Correct answer, B. Every import must have at least one transform map. Explanation: successful data imports require at least one transform map to bridge staging table data to target tables, though coalescing and mapping all fields are optional. Question 27. Choose three options. ServiceNow can import data from which of the following external data source types when a valid transform map is available? A. JSON, B. OIDC, C. LDAP, D. REST, E. CSV. Correct answer, B. OIDC, C. LDAP, D. REST. Explanation: JSON and CSV are classified as file formats rather than external source types. Question 28. Choose one option. What CMDB table stores the basic attributes of all the configuration items? A. Base configuration item CMDB, B. Configuration file CMDB_CI_config_file. C. CI relationship CMDB_rel_CID configuration item CMDB_CI. Correct answer, D. Configuration item CMDB_CI. Explanation: the configuration item, CMDB_CI, table stores basic attributes for IT assets, while the base configuration item, CMDB, table serves as the foundation for non-IT sys. Question 29. Choose one option. What are the advantages of defining relationship types between CI classes? A. Improves data quality, as the sys will automatically be related when CMDB is activated. B. It prevents users from relating sys incorrectly. C. It automates the loading of the CI dependency view. D. Makes relating sys easier, because predefined relationship suggests what type of sys should be. Correct answer, D. Makes relating sys easier, because predefined relationship suggests what type of sys should be. Explanation: predefined relationship types help guide users by suggesting valid connections between specific configuration item classes. Question 30. Choose one option. When using the CI dependency view, how would you view the relationship between one CI and another CI? A. Right-click, View Relationship. B. Click on the plus to expand cluster. C. Click down arrow, View Relationship. D. Hover on connection line. Correct answer, D. Hover on connection line reveals the specific relationship type details. Question 31. Choose one option. Of the CI tables, which is a base table of the CMDB hierarchy? A. ECMD, B. CMDB_rel_CI, C. CMDB_CID, CMDB E. ECMD_rel_CI, F. ECMD_CI. Correct answer, C. CMDB_CI. Question 32. Choose one option. What table acts as a staging area for records imported from a data source? A. Staging table, B. Temp table, C. Transform table, D. Import set row table. Correct answer, D. Import set row table. Explanation: staging tables is a generic word. All import set tables inherit sys_import_set_row table only. Question 33. Choose three options. When adding a related list to a form, you choose the related list from the list collector. What is an example of a related list you might see on the list collector? A. Outages and GT task number, B. Catalog task and GT parent, C. HR case and GT parent, D. Problem == parent, E. Release phase == parent. Correct answer, A. Outages and GT task number, B. Catalog task and GT parent, C. HR case and GT parent. Question 34. Choose one option. What module enables an administrator to define destinations for imported data on any ServiceNow table? A. Field transform, B. Schema map, C. Import map, D. Transform map. Correct answer, D. Transform map. Explanation: Transform maps define the relationship and destination field mapping between an import set table and a target ServiceNow table. Question 35. Choose one option. The customer wants all users to have access to the records in the offerings table. What setting on access control definition would you use to grant access to all of the offering table records? A. Offering.none, B. None. Offering, C. Offering.name, D. Offering. Correct answer, A. Offering.none. Explanation: an ACL rule with the suffix .none applies to the entire table and all its records. Question 36. Choose one option. Which component of a table contains a piece of data for one record? A. Field, B. Factor, C. Data point, D. Item, E. Element. Correct answer, A. Field. Explanation: a field represents an individual cell or piece of data for a specific attribute within a single record. Question 37. Choose one option. For a customer's inventory application, several inventory applications fields are needed on an inventory ticket. This ticket will be assigned to inventory support team members. How would you start to implement this requirement? A. Create inventory table as a new base table. Then add inventory specification fields as needed. B. Create inventory table with the inventory specification fields. Then create a view between the inventory and task table. C. Create the inventory table with the inventory specification fields. Then create many-to-many relationships between the inventory and the task table. D. Create inventory table as an extended table from the task table. Then add the inventory specification fields, as needed. Correct answer, D. Create inventory table as an extended table from the task table. Then add the inventory specification fields, as needed. Explanation: extending the custom inventory table from the core task table allows it to inherit standard task fields and behaviors automatically. Question 38. Choose one option. Which type of field allows you to enter freely using letters, numbers, and special characters? A. Multi-line text, B. Single-line text, C. Open text, D. Text. E. String. Correct answer, E. String. Explanation: a string field type allows users to freely input combinations of alphanumeric characters and special symbols. Question 39. Choose one option. What is the best practice regarding data imports? A. Plan time before your import to remove obsolete or inaccurate data. B. Use extremely large import sets, instead of multiple large import sets. C. Adjust your transform maps, after the data is loaded into the target table. D. Create a new import set table for each new data load. E. Monitor data quality and clean imported data using the Data Scrub workspace. Correct answer, A. Plan time before your import to remove obsolete or inaccurate data. Explanation: cleaning and deduplicating source data prior to running an import prevents the ingestion of obsolete or corrupted records. Question 40. Choose one option. What are the steps for importing data using an import set? A. Identify source, import transform map, run transformer, verify import. B. Load the data, create transform map, transform data, clean up import table. C. Select source file, run auto map, transform data, clean up target table. D. Set up LDAP, run auto map, transform data, clean up target table. Correct answer, B. Load the data, create transform map, transform data, clean up import table. Explanation: the standard import sequence consists of loading source data into a staging table, mapping fields, executing the transformation, and cleaning up tables. Question 41. Choose one option. When importing data, what happens to imported rows if no coalesce field is specified? A. All rows are treated as new records, but error will be flagged in the import log. B. Duplicate rows are rejected from the import. C. All rows are treated as new records. No existing records were updated. D. All rows are rejected from the import, as coalesce field is required. Correct answer, C. All rows are treated as new records. No existing records were updated. Explanation: omitting a coalesce key causes the system to insert every imported row as a brand new record without checking for duplicates. Question 42. Choose one option. What tool allows you to drag and drop to specify links between source fields on an import set table and destination fields on any ServiceNow table? A. Mapping Assist Utility. B. Import Workspace. C. Data Source Map. D. Import Designer. E. Transform Designer. F. Transform Dashboard. Correct answer: A. Mapping Assist Utility. Explanation: the Mapping Assist utility provides a visual interface to easily map fields from a source import set to a destination table. Question 43. Choose one option. When importing data from a spreadsheet, which step defines where the incoming data columns will be written in the receiving tables? A. Schedule transform. B. Select data source. C. Field mapping. D. Load data. E. Create transform app. Correct answer: C. Field mapping. Explanation: field mapping configures exactly which source data columns map to which destination table fields during transformation. Question 44. Choose one option. Certain tables have a prefix like HR_. Which kind of tables has a name that starts with a custom prefix? A. Excluded table. B. Scoped application table. C. System table. D. Explanation table. E. X-ray search table. Correct answer: B. Scoped application table. Explanation: tables within scoped applications are automatically assigned a unique custom prefix to maintain platform isolation and namespace integrity. Question 45. Choose one option. What are examples of core tables in the ServiceNow platform? A. Team, Party, Awards. B. User, Task, Incident. C. Work, Caller, Timecard. Correct answer: B. User, Task, Incident. Explanation: core tables, like user, task, and incident. Base tables, CMDB, CMDB_CI, task. Question 46. Choose one option. What sections on the CI form can you find information about the other sys associated with your CI? A. Related list. B. Related items. C. Affected CI tab. D. Related links. E. Child CI tab. Correct answer: B. Related items. Explanation: the related items section on a configuration item form displays visually or textually its connections and dependencies with other sys. Question 47. Choose two options. Tables can be characterized in multiple ways. Which of these combinations is impossible? A. Custom and core. B. Customer and child. C. Base and parent. D. Custom and parent. E. Core and base. F. Child and core. G. Custom and base. H. Parent and child. Correct answer: A. Custom and core. H. Parent and child. Explanation: a table cannot be both native core and custom built, nor can a single relationship level simultaneously classify a table as its own direct parent and child. Question 48. Choose one option. What policies are applied to all data entered into the platform via form, UI, import sets, or web services? A. Data submission policies. B. Data quality policies. C. Data integrity policies. D. Data policies. E. Write policies. Correct answer: D. Data policies. Explanation: data policies enforce data consistency and constraints on the server level, affecting forms, import sets, and web services uniformly. Question 49. Choose one option. When set up with many-to-many relationships, what is a classic example of a scenario where the tables could have many-to-many relationships? A task can trigger many workflows and workflow can trigger many tasks. B. Vendors can sell multiple products and products can be sold by multiple vendors. C. Request can contain many items and items can be any item from the catalogs. D. A configuration item can belong to multiple classes and classes can contain multiple configuration items. Correct answer: B. Vendors can sell multiple products and products can be sold by multiple vendors. Explanation: a many-to-many relationship allows multiple records in one table to relate to multiple records in another, such as vendors and products. Question 50. Choose one option. On the CI dependency view, what enables you to trace from an infrastructure item, like a server, to the server that is dependent on that server? A. Transform app. B. Relationships. C. Auto mapping utility. D. Service tracer. Correct answer, B. Relationships. Explanation. Configuration item tracking relies on explicitly defined relationship rules to trace structural dependencies from low-level infrastructure up to high-level applications. Question 51. Choose one option. When you set a policy that is applied to all data entered into the platform, UI, import sets, or web services, where does this policy execute? A. Network. B. Server. C. Client. D. Browser. Correct answer, B. Server. Explanation. Data policies execute on the server side to ensure compliance regardless of how the data is submitted to the platform. Question 52. Choose one option. Which tool is used to define relationships between fields in an import set table and a target table? A. Schema map. B. Transform schema. C. Transform map. D. Field transformer. Correct answer, C. Transform map. Explanation. Transform maps map the specific fields from an incoming import set row to the corresponding target table fields. Question 53. Choose one option. How would you navigate to the schema map for a table? A. System definitions and GT tables. Select table. Go to related links and click Show Schema Map. B. System dictionary and GT show schema map. Select table. C. System definition and GT dictionary. Select table. Go to related links and click Show Schema Map. D. System definition and GT show schema map. Select table. Correct answer, A. System definitions and GT tables. Select table. Go to related links and click Show Schema Map. Question 54. Choose one option. Access controls are evaluated in this order: 1. Match object against table ACL. 2. Match the object against field ACL. Within step 1 above, what order are the table ACLs evaluated? A. General to specific, table ACL, table.field ACL, parent table. Field ACL. B. Specific to general, table.field ACL, parent table.field ACL, asterisk field ACL. C. Top to bottom, wildcard table ACL, parent table ACL, table ACL. D. Bottom to top, table ACL, table. Field ACL, parent table. Field ACL. E. Specific to general, table ACL, parent table ACL, wildcard, ACL. Correct answer, E. Specific to general, table ACL, parent table ACL, wildcard, ACL. Explanation. Table-level access controls are evaluated starting from the most specific table rule down to parent tables, and finally the generic wildcard rule. Question 55. Choose 3 options. When selecting the target table for an import, which tables can you select? A. Related tables, using .walk. B. Tables outside of ServiceNow. C. Tables within the existing application scope. D. Tables within the global scope. E. Tables which allow write access to other applications. Correct answer, C. Tables within the existing application scope. D. Tables within the global scope. E. Tables which allow write access to other applications. Explanation. Data can be imported into any ServiceNow table within the global or scoped architecture that permits write actions. Question 56. Choose one option. What import utility does the system use when the field names on the import set match the name of the fields on the target table? A. Scheme mapping. B. Mapping assist tool. C. Automatic mapping. D. Mapping dashboard. Correct answer, C. Automatic mapping. Explanation. Automatic mapping automatically matches source and target fields if their column header strings are identical. Question 57. Choose one option. What tool is used to import data from various data sources and map that data into ServiceNow tables? A. Update set. B. Data pack. C. Import set. D. Transform set. Correct answer, C. Import set. Explanation. Import sets serve as the primary platform mechanism to extract, ingest, and clean data from external sources into ServiceNow. Question 58. Choose one option. How would you distinguish between a base class table and a parent class table? A. Extended tables can be extended from parent tables or base tables, but they cannot be extended from both. B. Base class table is not extended from another table. Parent class tables may be extended from another table. C. Base class tables always have tables extended from them. Parent tables do not have tables extended from them. D. Extended tables are always extended from parent tables. Extended tables are usually extended from base tables. Class table is not extended from another table. Parent class tables may be extended from another table. Explanation: A base table sits at parent table. I incident table is a child table. Correct answer: B. Base class table is not extended from another table. Parent class tables may. B. Base class table is not extended from another table. Parent class tables may be extended from another table. Explanation: A base table sits at the top of an inheritance branch without extending any other table, whereas a parent table can extend other tables. Question 59. Choose 5 options. For your implementation, the following tables are extended from each other. 1. Incident table is extended from task table. 2. Super incident table is extended from incident table. In this situation, which tables are parent, child, and base tables? A. Super incident table is a parent table. B. Super incident table is a child table. C. Task table is a child table. D. Super incident table is a base table. E. Task table is a parent table. F. Incident table is a base table. G. Task table is a base table. H. Incident table is a parent table. I. Incident table is a child table. Correct answer: B. Super incident table is a child table. E. Task table is a parent table. G. Task table is a base table. H. Incident table is a parent table. I. Incident table is a child table. Explanation: Task is the top-level base/parent table. Incident acts as a child to task and a parent to super incident, and super incident is a child table. Question 60. Choose 2 options. Which modules can you use to create a new table? A. Tables and columns. B. Dictionary. C. Schema map. D. Tables. Correct answer: A. Tables and columns. D. Tables. Question 61. Choose 3 options. Which of the following are not included in an update set by default? A. Business rules. B. Schedules. C. Scheduled jobs. D. Transcripts. E. Home pages. F. Data. Correct answer: B. Schedules. C. Scheduled jobs. F. Data. Explanation: Update sets track configuration and process logic changes, completely omitting transactional data records, schedules, and scheduled job instances by default. Question 62. Choose 3 options. What options can you see when you right-click on a CI from the CI dependency view map? A. View affected sys. B. View cases. C. View related tasks. D. View recent outages. E. View knowledge. Correct answer: A. View affected sys. C. View related tasks. D. View recent outages. Question 63. Choose 1 option. Which ServiceNow utility gives a service desk agent the ability to trace from a service having an issue, to see which sys supporting that service have active issues? A. CI Health Dashboard. B. Event Management Homepage. C. Service Dashboard. D. CI Dependency View. Correct answer: D. CI Dependency View. Explanation: The CI Dependency View map illustrates structural relationships between foundational components and mapped business applications to isolate upstream downtimes. Question 64. Choose 1 option. What is the platform name for the group table? A. Group. B. SYS_user_group. C. SYS_group. D. SYS_groups. Correct answer: BSYS_user_group. Explanation: the native database table name that stores all user group records within ServiceNow is SYS_user_group. Question 65. Choose 3 options. On access control definitions, what are ways you can set the permissions on a table? A. Groups. B. Roles. C. Script that sets the answer variable to true or false. D. CRUD. E. Conditional expressions. Correct answer: B. Roles. C. Script. E. Conditional expressions. Question 66. Choose one option. Which ServiceNow resource can be used as a blueprint to map your IT services to ServiceNow? A. Configuration Management Database, CMDB. B. Now Learning. C. ServiceNow Wiki. D. Service Mapping Guided Setup. E. Common Service Data Model, CSDM. F. IT Service Management, ITSM. Correct answer: E. Common Service Data Model, CSDM. Explanation: the Common Service Data Model, CSDM, is a prescriptive framework that serves as an operational blueprint for mapping business and IT services. Question 67. Choose 4 options. What are the different types of data sources, which may be imported into ServiceNow? A. Implementation spoke. B. JDBC connection. C. Data hub. D. Network server. E. LDAP connection. F. Local sources, i.e., XML, CSV, Excel. Correct answer: B. JDBC connection, C. Data hub, E. LDAP connection, F. Local sources, i.e., XML, CSV, Excel. Explanation: data sources support importing from various file systems and external connections including local documents, JDBC targets, and LDAP directories. Question 68. Choose one option. Which is the most efficient way to move large amount of data between instances? A. Update sets. B. Export to data package. C. Export to zip. D. Export to XML. Correct answer: D. Export to XML. Explanation: exporting and importing raw records via XML files bypasses operational overhead, making it the most efficient data migration format between instances. Summary of Part 1, Collaboration and Database Administration. Here is a consolidated, high-level list of key points to review right before your exam. Highly related questions have been merged into single, scannable takeaways to help you spot patterns quickly. CMDB and CSDM. CMDB definition and core tables. The Configuration Management Database, CMDB, stores configuration records throughout their life cycle. Its 3 main tables are Base Configuration Item CMDB, Configuration Item CMDB_CI, stores basic attributes, and CI relationship CMDB_rel_CI. CSDM Blueprint, the Common Service Data Model, CSDM, acts as the prescriptive framework and blueprint for mapping IT services to ServiceNow. Dynamic Application Services. These services are updated automatically by the system to reflect any direct changes made in the CMDB CI relationship CMDB_rel_CI table. CMDB implementation pitfalls. Organizations fail to realize CMDB value due to unknown sys, inconsistent data quality, and ill-defined CI relationships. Performance tuning. You can optimize the CSDM and CMDB data foundations dashboards by deactivating unnecessary or resource-heavy metrics in the Get Well metrics table. Multi-source CMDB and CMDB 360. This feature tracks data source activities and histories as they insert and update CI attributes. CI form metadata and relationships. The team's related list tracks group assignments, support/approval, on a CI, while the related items section displays its connections to other sys. The CMDB acts as the authoritative source for metadata like contact, owner, and support group, never raw server configs or log files. CI dependency views and unified map. The unified map visualizes hierarchical CI maps in a single view. Inside the dependency view, you can hover over a connection line to see relationship details or right-click a CI to view affected sys, related tasks, and recent outages. Architecture, tables, and schema relationships. Table extension and hierarchy rules. A base table sits at the top and does not extend any other table, e.g., task or CMDB, while a parent table can have child tables extended from it but might still extend a table above it. Example, task is a base/parent table, incident is a child of task and parent to custom tables, and problem extends task. Table creation modules. New tables are created using the tables or tables and columns modules. Schema relationship types. Tables support 4 schema relationships: referencing, extending, referenced by, and extended by. Table characterization limitations. A table cannot be both native core and custom built, nor can it be its own direct parent and child simultaneously. Scoped application prefix. Tables created inside scoped applications are automatically assigned a unique custom prefix, e.g., _HR, to maintain namespace isolation. Core table examples: user sys_user, task, and incident are classic core tables. The platform name for the group table is sys_user_group. Many-to-many scenarios. A classic M2M relationship example is, vendors can sell multiple products, and products can be sold by multiple vendors. Security, access control, ACLS, and support. ServiceNow Security Center, SCC. The SCC continuously assesses and manages an instance's security posture using live, up-to-date metrics. Now support security contacts. Keeping security contacts current and Now support avoids missing time-sensitive alerts, delays in breach notifications, and inabilities to handle sensitive data threats. ACL evaluation order. Access controls evaluate from table level first, specific to general, then field level, specific to general. Table ACL specifics. Within table level checks, evaluation runs from specific to general. Table ACL $right arrow $parent table ACL $right arrow $wildcard, asterisk, ACL. ACL requirements and default rules. You must have the security_admin role to create/update ACLS. When creating a custom table, the system generates 4 rules by default: create, read, write, and delete, CRUD. Table-wide permission suffix. To grant a rule access to an entire table and all its records, use the .none suffix, e.g., offering .none. Audit logs. Audit tracking histories inside the audit sys_audit table are maintained indefinitely, permanently. Data imports and transform maps. Import process and best practice. The basic sequence is: load data $right arrow $create transform map $right arrow transform data $right arrow clean up import table. Always plan time to clean or remove obsolete data before starting. Transform map purpose. A transform map is the mandatory tool used to define the relationship and determine field destinations between an import set staging table and a target production table. Coalesce behavior. Setting a field to coalesce updates existing target records matching that field. If no coalesce field is specified, all imported rows are treated as brand new records, duplicates are created. Import utilities. The Mapping Assist utility provides a drag-and-drop interface for matching fields, while automatic mapping handles the matching if the column names are identical. Import sources vs formats. ServiceNow can import data from external sources via LDAP. REST, JDBC, and Data Hub, JSON and CSV are classified as file formats, not external source types. Staging table inheritance. All import staging tables inherit fields from the base import set row sys_import_set_row table. Target table scope restrictions. When importing data, you can select any target table within the global scope, your existing application scope, or tables allowing write access from other applications.